Hey, 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 hey. We are live. We are live. How you all doing? Welcome to Abuse Insights with myself, Dalian Salmon. It's Happy Friday, guys. It's Happy Friday. Woohoo! It's Happy Friday. No matter where you are tuning in from, I'm sending this message with genuine sincerity. You are blessed and wonderfully made. Remember, no matter what you're going through right now, nothing lasts forever. Keep working on becoming your best self and trust in God's timing. And if you're one of those who enjoys singing the Happy Friday song, appreciate each day and recognize that God's grace is upon your life. Life is very precious. We can be here one moment and gone the next. So treat each day as if it were your last. Live fully, laugh often, and hold on to hope. Thank you for being a part of this platform, Abuse Insights. I appreciate love you all. Amazon. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mind Filter with myself, Dalian Salmon. Today we'll be exploring a profound and essential topic: the 7 types of emotional wounds and how to heal them. Those wounds, often inflicted during our formative years, they can deeply affect our perceptions, behaviors, and relationships. But here's the good news. Healing is possible. Yes. Stick with me as we journey through each type of emotional wound and discuss practical steps you can take to begin your healing process. And that is if you haven't yet started. You know how I do it over here. I like to invite God into our space. So here's a small prayer. Dear Lord, we come before you today with open hearts and minds. We ask for your guidance as we navigate through the emotional wounds that many of us carry. Grant us the strength to face our pain, the wisdom to understand it, and the courage to heal. May this session bring light to those in darkness, comfort those in pain, and hope to those who feel lost. In your wonderful name I pray. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, my wonderful friends, I have selected a few songs to smooth your spirit today. So, I'm going to allow them to play and I'll be right back at the end. So, enjoy the music. I soon come.
Number one would surely be me. I thought I could be what I wanted to be. I thought of myself as a mighty big man, but I can't even walk without you holding my hand. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees I'll learn to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Thank you, Jesus. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Oh, Jesus. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees I've learned learn to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Hold my hand. Can't even walk without you.
Abusing signs.
I thought number one would surely be me. I thought I could be what I wanted to be. I thought of myself as a mighty big man, but I can't even walk without you holding my hand. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees I'll learn to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Thank you, Jesus. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Oh, Jesus. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees I've learned to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Hold my hand. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees I learn to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Hold my hand. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high, the valley is too wide. Down on my knees I've learned to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees I learn to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Can't even walk, so help me Jesus. Can't even walk, so help me Jesus. Without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide.
Whispers in the dark, heartbeats feeling far. The light's about to start with every scar. Teardrops on the floor, shadows knocking at your door. But love's an open shore, you'll find more. Healing hearts, new beginnings from the pain. Healing hearts, after every single rain. Broken dreams can mend, time becomes a friend. You will find strength to bend and hearts will ascend. Hope in every cry, time becomes a friend. You'll find strength to bend and hearts will ascend. Hope in every cry, stars light up the sky. Healing steps will try to wings to fly. Healing hearts, time will show how to let it go. Steps we take are small. Sometimes we will fall, but the light will shine, healing us in time. Healing is possible with heart and soul. Time and God console, we can be whole. Tears will dry and fade, memories won't invade. Strength will rise each day, guide us on our way. Faith and love will mend broken hearts, my friend. Journey never ends, new beginnings trend. Healing is possible with heart and soul. Time and God console, we can be whole. Faith and love will mend broken hearts, my friend. Journey never ends, new beginnings trend. Healing is possible with heart and soul. Time and God console, we can be whole. When the night is dark and cold, hope seems lost but hearts are bold. Whisper to the skies above, trust in the power of His love. Miracles in storm we find, heal our hearts and clear our minds. Unthinkable things He can do. Miracle God, we trust in You. Walking through the fire's glare, carry burdens, life's not fair, but a whisper calls us home. Miracle love, we're not alone. Miracles in storm we find, heal our hearts and clear our minds. Unthinkable things He can do. Miracle God, we trust in You. Walking through the fire's glare, carry burdens, life's not fair, but a whisper calls us home. Miracle love, we're not alone. Emotional wounds
Trust in His power, see the light. Darkness fade with morning bright. Heal those wounds, find relief. Miracle working God, no disbelief. Heartaches breaking chains of pain. Hope returns with every strain. Feel the love, let peace reside. In His arms, no need to hide. Miracle healer, touch us now. Healing hearts, showing how. Peace and comfort in His grace. Trust in Him, find your place. Mountains moving, oceans part. Miracles start within your heart. Faith unshaken, strong and deep. Folded hands, promises He'll keep. Mountains moving, oceans part. Miracles start within your heart. Faith unshaken, strong and deep. Folded hands, promises He'll keep. Through the storm and through the night, in His love, faith unshaken, strong and folded hands, promises He'll keep. Through the storm and through the night, in His love you'll find the light. Healing balm for every soul. Miracle worker makes you whole. Miracle healer, touch us now. Healing hearts, showing how. Peace and comfort in His grace. Trust in Him, find your place. Miracle touch us now. Healing hearts, showing how.
Welcome into the house, Trev. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here right now. I can't believe Trev in the chat, you know. Trev, it's always a pleasure. I see you pop up on my heart, go boom, boom. But welcome, Trev. Welcome. I know that you're a busy lady, and to see you take time out to be here with me, you know, see enough love and appreciation and all them things. Mr. Walker, thank you. Everyone here who are in the background and you're not texting, welcome. I'm just Linky from over Jamaica stepping at the house. Big up Miss Winsome Gooden. Ladies and gentlemen on this platform right now, or if you're watching the replay later, you see that lady named Miss Winsome Gooden? She's my best friend for over 30 years. Me nah lie. My best friend, and she's in Jamaica tuning in. So welcome my what you call it now? My bestie. Lovely to see you here on the chat. My number one, or one of my number one supporter, Mr. Walker. You know I love to see you. Thank you for your support. Yeah, man. So go and tune in, and I'm gonna start with what I'm gonna start with. So without further delay, let me share a story with you. I'll tell you about a woman named Lisa. Yes? Now, Lisa's story is one of tremendous challenges, deep emotional wounds, and ultimately remarkable healing. Growing up, Lisa experienced a profound sense of rejection. Her father left the family when she was just 5 years old, leaving her mother to raise her and her two younger siblings alone, welcoming while rich. Lisa's mother, overwhelmed by the responsibilities of single parenthood, became emotionally distressed, often critical and unable to provide the nurturing support Lisa desperately needed. This story is many of our story. As Lisa grew older, she struggled with a deep-seated fear of abandonment and rejection. Those wounds are compounded by bullying at school, where she was often excluded by her peers. The message Lisa internalized was clear. She wasn't good enough. She wasn't worthy of love or acceptance. Strain a little bit. This belief is what many of us still carry around today, even though we are no longer a child. In her 20s, Lisa entered into a series of toxic relationships, seeking validation from others but finding only more pain. Straight away again, a lot of women, sometimes men, who entered certain relationship, and when they start to experience abuse, they sometimes stay because they believe it's okay, simply because in their earlier years they grew up seeing mommy getting beaten, or they noticed how mommy would beat the hell out of daddy and he would just take it. That's not right. Now, back in line with Lisa's story, each breakup reinforced her belief that she was destined to be alone, that would never be able to overcome, emotional scars of her childhood. The cycle seemed endless, and Lisa began to lose hope that she would never find peace or happiness. Does this sound familiar to you? No, that's not true. But Lisa's story doesn't end there. After hitting rock bottom, she decided to take a step towards healing, as I encourage many of you to do. She sought therapy, where she was introduced to the concept of emotional wounds. For the first time, Lisa began to understand that the pain she had carried for so long wasn't her fault. It was the result of deep, ingrained emotional wounds that needed to be acknowledged and healed. It was a challenging journey indeed. The journey wasn't easy. There were days when the pain felt unbearable, and she felt as if she was unable to make it. She doubted if she was ever going to truly be healed. But she persisted. She learned to comfort her fears, to set healthy boundaries in her life, in her relationships and to prioritize her own well being. Slowly but surely. Healing is a journey, ladies. My brothers, it's not something that will happen over time and immediately. It takes longer with some people than it does with others. But gradually, Lisa began to heal, and you can too. She started to see herself not as a victim of her past, but as a survivor, a warrior who had the strength to overcome even the deepest emotional wounds. Today, Lisa is a living testament to the power of healing. She has found peace with her past. She has forgiven herself for believing wrongfully that what had happened to her was her fault. And she uses her experiences to help others on their healing journey. You know, there are many of us out here going through or have been through hell and back. Some of us stand tall and stand strong. I always use Oprah Winfrey because she's a testimony. Because she told her own story. It's not made up. She told her story how she was raped 3 times by her cousin. And she said more. But where is Oprah Winfrey today? She's one of the most successful and wealthiest women alive. If you watch her, you will see how much she has done for people in life. She built schools, and she continued to use her story to uplift and inspire. Not many of us have the strength to even talk about our experiences. The very word abuse is traumatic to some. The name of a place, the name of a thing, the name of a person, the way something look or sound is trauma to some people because they have not accepted that what had happened to them happened, and that is time that they start looking at ways to move forward with their lives. Many today believe that they are worthless, worth nothing. Many are in situations, abusive relationships, with that mindset that is their destiny. Who told you that? That is not our destiny. And it's time that you break that cycle. What you grew up and saw doesn't mean it's right when it's related to abuse. You saw your mom got beaten. You saw your dad got beaten. You then saw your uncles doing the same thing to their wives. Some of you now are doing the same thing to your partner. That is not the way. There is a different way. And the different way starts with healing. Lisa's story reminds us that no matter how deep the wounds, with time and effort, support, and a willingness to do it, healing is always within reach. I listened to a man spoke on a platform some time ago. Big Up Soulflow TV was over there. And the man called in whilst he was discussing a topic to do with abuse. And the man said that any woman that he's with will have to put up with or leave because he's going to beat the hell out of them. He said that. Loud for everyone to hear. If I could find the video, I would play it. And when SoFlo questioned him, like, why you say that, bro? Because that's not right. He took him back, SoFlo, back to his childhood. And he explained how his aunties, his female family members, how they would beat the hell out of him. And he grew up with this thing that when I, turn a man, I'm going to pass this on, because now that he's a grown person, they can't touch him. But he needs to let go of some things. But instead of trying to heal from it, he's going to pass it on to the woman in his life. These are women he's supposed to love and cherish as his own. But he's carrying the cycle from his younger days into his relationship. That's not how it should be. Now, let me share with you different types of emotional wounds. I'll explore 7 in this video. Now, number 1 is mother wound. And what is that? The pain from an emotional, distant, or critical mother. What are the steps to heal? Now, just going back a little bit. Not all mothers are caring. No, you have to discipline your children. But some discipline are some mothers would murder the children and say it's in the name of discipline. That's not. I remember growing up, and when grandma used to beat, that rotted woman, she would send me to go and find the stick to beat my own self. Now, who should I talk to go find stick to beat oneself? I went and looked for the smallest stick to beat my own self. Oh, my grandmother was so dangerous that she wasn't satisfied. When I brought the stick to her, she went and find her own. I'm thinking, like, why the hell did you bother to tell me to go find something to beat me? You just beat me and done. And trust me, whatever she lay her hands on, I would get it. It could be another stick. It could be a piece of wire. It could be, I don't know, man, but yo, this was the woman to me I call mother, because mommy died when I was very young, 2 months old. So I didn't know my mother. I didn't get that motherly love. But you know what? I hated that woman for years. I hated her even though I loved her. You get? For years, I would be one of those serious person walking around. I kid you not. I was like, people would ask me if I'm a police officer sometimes when I'm sitting on the bus, because I would be neatly dressed. I used to love to wear white linen t-shirt tucked in or just hanging over my jeans. And my hair would be combed neatly. And I would wrap it around because I used to have very long hair. And I used to be very, very serious. And it's because I was carrying all those pain around. I think before I started to heal, if I was an actress, I would be a very good one, because in acting, they said that when you can cry, God damn it, you get enough money. And I'm telling you, when I was going around all them years with my pain, hanging on to the bitterness, it took no effort to cry. And when I say cry, I don't mean like I could weep because I was hurting inside. And it wasn't until about 2003 to 4, maybe later, I'm not sure of the year, but it was when I started to study business in college. They asked us to do an exercise. I never forget that day. And the exercise was to write on paper where we're coming from to where we are today. I'm like, what the me? I should put on paper my journey. Nikisha, welcome, my sister. Welcome. Lovely to see you. It was an assignment, and it was connected to our final paper. We had to do it. I had to do it. And I remember that day, as she said it, I burst into tears. I didn't move my hands, but I started crying, but no movements. And I had my glasses on, and the tears started to fill my eyes until it got to a point where it just dropped on my paper. Bloop! And that's when I drew my t-shirt and I damped my eyes and dried a bit. And I remember starting to write about my story. I had several papers. My life was on paper. And I would read it and I'm like, I don't need to tell them nothing. But then I have to be honest. So I wrote it down, and then I went through and I started to refine my work. And I think at the end I came through with 5 sheets of A4 papers. And I remember handing them to the tutor the next day. In class afterwards, when she walked into the classroom, her eyes were scanning to find me, it seems. And when she saw me, I saw the expression on her face. I knew this one was going to pull me up. And when she sat at the desk, she kept her head hanging down, and she called my name. Miss Salmon, please come. And as I sat down, I'm getting emotional. Hey. She didn't look up on me. Her first question was, can I get you any help? Hey, God. Can I get you help? Help is available here. I started to cry. And again, I didn't move. The tears filled my eyes and it started to fall. She stretched for a tissue and gave me. I cleaned my eyes and I replied, no, I'm fine. She replied, okay, but if you change your mind, do let me know. But I want to tell you something that I am proud of you. And you should be proud of yourself, because you have come a far way. I felt a shift that day. I felt a change. I started slowly right there and then to let go. You see, the step to healing starts with forgiveness. Forgiving those who hurt you. Even forgive yourself. Carrying around the baggage only make it worse. You have to start with forgiveness and start believing that you deserve better. Sometimes the people who hurt us don't even remember. They just get on with life as if nothing ever happened. You pass them somewhere and they're laughing and they're carrying on like, hey, they have no problem. And you are there hating. Let it go. Because the God that we serve, He doesn't work like man. Whatever seed you sow in life, whether it's good or bad, that's what you'll reap. And if your haters or those who hurt you seems to be free in the world, take this from me, they will pay for what they did. Become your own caregiver. Develop a deep sense of awareness. Practice self-love and self-belief. The next type of emotional wounds is abandonment. The wound from being left or feeling insecure. Steps we can take is to establish healthy boundaries. Prioritize self-care. Seek therapy to address trauma. Rejections. We all experience rejections one way or another. The pain from being excluded or dismissed. You can heal from it. Confront fears and anxious thoughts. And work on self-worth and your confidence. The next one is injustice. We all can put our hands up to this too. The pain from unfair treatment. This can start in the home. I was not explaining, I was talking to someone the other day about growing up in the home. And if you was that child of dark complexion and you have cousins or sisters with bright complexion, they are brown, you know the unfair treatment and favoritism that goes on. Heal from that. Because nobody can take away your blessing. Only God who gave it to you. Cultivate flexibility and adaptability and lower unrealistic expectations if you're facing the same thing today. Give and expect nothing in return. I always say that when you learn and you get to understand the power of the universe, certain things that would bother you will no longer be a burden to you. Whatever you put out there is what you'll get back. Give without expecting, because we know that it's not always who we give back. Sometimes you're going through life, I can say, because living here in London for over 20 years, I can tell you about hard times. But I can also honestly hold my hands up and say, I cannot relate to some people's story because I don't experience any of it. Some guy one day went on YouTube and asked the YouTuber to send a message to the Prime Minister to help us Jamaicans in the UK because we can't get any work, the government is not treating us well, blah, blah, blah. And I went and put a statement under there because he's talking nonsense. When you come into this country or wherever you go from your own country, you have to learn to adapt to their way. There are opportunities where you go that you don't have where you're coming from. And if you decide to leave your country for better, but then land in another country and sit on your backside, don't complain when time gets really rough on you, because it is your laziness that lands you there. The next one is violence. The wound from experiencing or witnessing aggression. Vibes Cartel came out of prison a while back after serving 13 years in incarceration. And I'm watching everybody benefiting off his name and saying all sorts of things. But I heard him say one thing that just stood out. And he said that a lot of our men, our young men in prison, they they have been traumatized from they were young. Some of them. It's not just prison that affects them. It's from growing up into the home where they experience violence, seeing all these things happen around them. Some of them notice or witness loved ones getting KILLED. They grow up with that mindset that, hey, I'm going to revenge my so and so when I grow up. Or if it's not that, they are living in an environment where they can't see any way out, any way forward. They're just living in fear, wondering, when is it going to be my time? And then some of them, because of those experiences, they turn to the wrong things and they get involved into crime and criminal activities. Many of our young men in prison they were failed by parents. And that is because some of our parents are children or were children themselves when they became parents. So those children to children themselves grew up surviving the only way they know how. And then in a community, like a violent community, where the Don can say and you can't say otherwise, a lot of these young men have no choice but to do what they've been doing. And that takes me to humiliation. The pain from being systematically belittled. We've all experienced it. Maybe we didn't have a name or don't have a name, but we've been belittled. Oftentimes by family members, by those we hold dear, belittled in the workplace, by our own friends. Strive for independence. Address your fears and build self-esteem. The best thing we can do is to move away from toxic relationships, be it family, friends, associate. It doesn't matter. Start distancing yourself to prevent such happening to you. The last one is betrayal, where the wound of trust broken. You know, we have some people, you know that song Bob Marley sing? Only friends know your secret, and only he could reveal it. I hope we're not alive after that. Who that kept it? Let them worry. I have been betrayed myself, but some betrayal is not worth talking about, because when you foster the pain it caused you, that's like wasting time, and I don't have time for it. I have chopped and cut and let that go. Trusting others is something we should do, but we have to also remember that some of those who we trust can let us down in ways we often cannot believe. Learn to let go of toxic relationships. Cultivate patience and tolerance in your life. Whatever you've been through or you've experienced, you have the power to change it. No matter what I share with you today, though, at the end of the day, it is you who have the last say. While you may not have control over certain events in your life, certain events that inflicted your emotional wounds, you possess the power to heal them. Your past, again, does not define your identity or your future. You are the author of your story, and it's time to begin a new chapter. Heal for yourself. Heal for yourself and for the generations to come. Heal for yourself. Don't do it to please someone. It's for you to find your inner peace. Start today to heal for yourself. Because healing starts with you. I have a few questions, a few reflections, questions for you to reflect on, I should say. But before I ask you those questions, let me welcome you all again. Thank you very much for joining me here today. I see I have Bro Rich in the building. Brother Rich, thank you for joining me all the way from Jamaica. Nikisha Wilsko, I hope I pronounced that good, Jesus. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. And Winsome, my sister, my friend, my everything. Good to see you. I will not draw this live out, so I'm going to go straight into the questions. You can interact in the comment section, or you can comment under the video when I'm done. Which type of emotional wound resonates most with you? That's one question. Number 2, how have those wounds impacted your relationships and personal growth? Number 3, what steps have you taken towards healing? Number 4, how do you plan to incorporate the healing strategies discussed today? And 5, can you identify any generational patterns that might have contributed to your emotional wounds? Which one of these questions apply to you? Do you care to share? Please do so in the comment section. If you look on your screen, you'll see that I have a WhatsApp number. You can connect with me on WhatsApp to enjoy more of my contents. You can have one-to-one with me through WhatsApp. Whether you're a woman or a man struggling, I am here to listen. And it's free. Sometimes we need a friend. Sometimes we need others who can understand our pain, our emotions. Someone who we can trust to tell our situation. And this platform here, Abuse Insights, deals with that. We've been there. We've experienced one thing or another but similar. But pain is pain. Whether you're a man or woman, pain is pain. And to my brother today, I want to tell you, it is okay to feel hurt. Because if I cut you on your wrist and cut my wrist, the same fluid that comes from mine will come from yours. So do reach out if you need someone to talk to. No matter what emotional wounds you carry, healing is possible. Remember that both God and time are powerful healers. While it's true that things are often easier said than done, the path we've walked might be part of God's greater plan for our lives. I'm not suggesting that what happened to you was meant to happen, but God has created each of us with a special purpose. And I believe that no matter the tests, the challenges, or trauma we face, our Creator has a solution. On the other hand, what am I saying? Sometimes the struggles we endure aren't intended for us, but are part of a greater promise to fulfill His word. What am I talking about? We might be suffering because of something someone else did, which goes with the saying, as we reap what we sow. Our mothers and fathers could have done something that was very bad to someone else's child in their days, and that bad blessing fall back on us for what they did. Talking of, there was one young man I know for sure in our community. He's very educated, and he should be in some top job somewhere. And for the longest time I know this guy, I've never seen him work, never seen him prosper in anything, not even in a relationship. What am I saying? Read between the lines. But trust God though, to do the unthinkable, because He is a miracle working God. You can heal from your emotional wounds and find true peace. I believe that because I have not just healed from my emotional wounds, the physical ones too. And guys, with that said, that is it on this topic for today. I will close with a prayer. But before I do so, thank you all again for joining me on this platform. Lord, as we conclude this session, we ask for your continued presence in our healing journey. Give us the strength to comfort our past, the wisdom to learn from it, and the courage to move forward. Help us to heal not only for ourselves, but also for those around us and the generations to come. May we find peace, love, and joy in the process of becoming whole. We know that all things are possible through you because your word said it. Help us never to forget those words. In your wonderful name, I pray. Amen and amen. God and time, thank you guys again for joining me. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and God bless you all.